नजिक
Yang รียบร้อยนะผมอาจารย์โอเคนะใส่รองเท้าไหมไม่ครับรองเท้ากันมาอัพมาดีสับ
Masya.
No.
Airnya apa apa guys?
Okay, side.
No.
Thank you so much. Namo Buddhaya.
जानकारी प्राप्त गरेको हो उहाँ श्रद्धेय धम्मवती गुम्बा नेपालका अग्रजहरूमा हुनुहुन्छ।
Jangan di seperti yang kau kenal desa. Dapat kau kenal desa semua dalam di mana. Dapat angkon sit tu, osite dapat kenal desa. Angkon dalam tapi dapat seperti kenal desa. Dari mana lah? Nyanjau kita pada kaya tu kaya kami ni dapat alam nak Allah majikan kenal desa. कार्यक्रम सुरु हुँदैन यहाँको सम्म फुटेछ हलमा यसो फेर्न दिन्छ Kita telah nama sampai sampai itu warna
थाना विजन चौकी सकल भन्ने विद्यावन्दना श्रद्धेय Dalam nama Samyak Samudaya Wandana Thana Vijan Choki Sakala Pandya Vidyawandana Shraddheya Dhammavati Verma Dhamma Kirti Bihar Pramukh Sasana Dhaja Dhammacharya Bhakta Mahagranthwachak Pandit Mahasa Dhamma Jyotika Dhaja Bhasatua Shraddheya Dhammavati Verma Wandana Alethana Jaidevi Sakala Paunati Sakala Burma Pintana Wandana Yashe Thongyo Khas Jibuchu कार्यक्रम लडू मको एना जी थला बन्देवी अमेरिका उलिमछि चाहिला याशुना हला पीस यो लागि शान्ति यो लागि उलिमछि चाहिला याशुना चाहिला बिजापिन्त जिउ बिहारे स्वागत यारदा ओक्यो लागि जी एकदम खुशी जनाउनु एकदम भन्दै पनि प्रति आभार कृतज्ञता पनि जनाउनु अले दक्ले जिसा सुबह बेचाओ मच्छी मगामा रहीमा नरेंद्र मानंदर जुखा वे कलाया ना जिसा थाना बंदे पिनी उधर यार खला आज ही खास तोरो जी थाना ता हो कार्यक्रम लमको आगुरमा पाके स्वाद बेचना विजय अरे अन खाता बेचाओ जी अरे अन बंदे पिनी पाके छपुल जात नवाना अरे जीवन्या नमोदन्या कार्यक्रम Percaya, kerja sebab siapa sebab sarukan dia kita tidak tiada.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Uspol American City tadi Shraddheya Bhante Pita Sisong Paviliania Yaitu Ibu Leha Ada dua macam baju mah kalau kita sana sih jangan itu. Bos juga Italian saya juga pernah ada satu. Masih pada kita kada, sampai mau berjumpa ni. Suatu sawo ubahar pada enggak. Bos tu visual wakya naya dhalo. Sampai punya berpati-pati. Now I would like to request Most Venerable Panyagat Bhante for delivered Unfortunately, but I Malak Fitness is a Fabi than have you to be the Kundai Bahu. One day you saw the video over the Buddhist is on you to Asame Tomorrow. You have some like one to them, I have a person, they are to stand up a Sinola. But I will I just don't know if I'm going to push it in one of the non so I so the Panyaka Bante they go out of this one.
I wasn't aware of the speech here today. So this is our first time visited your nunnery. How many nuns we have here? 16. 16. So how are we today? How are we today? Are we good? Very good. Is today all peaceful day? Yes or no? Yes. That's how peaceful we are. Very much. How so?
Seeing you, all of you.
Oh, so just seeing us, you have peace?
This is a privilege for us.
Then that is also impermanence because we will leave here soon. Rather than that, I would encourage you to build some peace that it will last with you longer than just seeing us, right? Seeing us is just a joyful moment, but that is not peace because we cannot bring peace to you. You have to create peace for yourself. Even if you see us now, you have a joyful moment because you have never met us before. Just seeing us online and today you happen to see us with your own eyes, and that brought you some joyful moment, but that is not peace. Peace is something that we have to work really hard for it. We have to practice mindfulness in order for us to have peace. Don't just let peace come to us just like we have been talking and listening to all those peace messages for many decades. If we go out there, we could see peace on the flag, peace on the building, peace wrote on the windshield of the car, peace on the paper. We could see all those peace everywhere, but do we really have peace? No, we not. Because all those are just on paper, just on letters. But peace, the real peace is something that we have to work towards it, to have it. And in order for us to have that peace, we have to practice mindfulness, which is something that is with you. It's been with you since the day that we born, all the way to now, which is your breath. Your own breath, not the outside, not from someone else, but your own breath, which is right here. We've been breathing in and out like this, using this nostril to breathe in and breathe out for us to stay alive. But we never pay attention to it. Is that right? True? Why is that? It's because we are too busy. Too busy for money. Too busy for our kids. Too busy for our life. Too busy for everything. Well, this is our life, but we abandoned it. We ignored it. Even though the inside body has been calling us for so long, I am hungry. I am thirsty. I am dying. Which is all mine. It's craving for something, but we never feed it. We only feed this physical body, which is beautiful clothing, earrings, rings, makeup, high protein food, good drinks. Is that right? Every little thing we just only to feed this external body. What about our internal body, which is our mind? Have we really taken care of it? No, we didn't. We ignored it. Because of ignoring it, that is why we suffer. And for the reason we are suffer, and we are suffer so much, and when you hear about the Walk for Peace team members arriving to this nunnery this evening, that's why you are gathering together here, welcoming and trying to see the monks, who they are, how do they look like. Is that right? And hoping that by seeing the monk, you get some peace. Peace is not peace. Right? And then what about after this moment when you go home? Will that peace still with you or no? Of course, everything will fade. Everything will fade, just like our teachings, the teachings of our Buddha is going down, it's fading. But we are not aware of all those. We still thinking that the Buddha teachings will last with us forever. This nunnery will last with us forever. All these venerable nuns will last with us forever. So we are dependent on the external. While the Buddha said you have to depend on yourself. You have to build your own island to live. Is that right? And so when are we going to build that island for ourselves? Trying? How hard?
Bottom of my heart.
The bottom of your heart. How about you are? Are you still trying to build that island? Your own island, you have to build it. Which means you have to build your own island to live. Is that right? And so when are we going to build that island for ourselves? Trying? How hard?
Bottom of my heart.
The bottom of your heart. How about you are? Are you still trying to build that island? Your own island, you have to build it. which means every single day you have to get some soil, you have to get some dirt, some sand, some bricks and rocks to build that island. It means although dirt, soil, sand, brick, rock, all those you can represent for all of your hard working, of practicing mindfulness, of making merit to build that own island. To build your own island. Without all those, there's nothing for us. It means although dirt, soil, sand, brick, rock, all those you can represent for all of your hard working, of practicing mindfulness, of making merit to build that own island. To build your own island. Without all those, there's nothing for us to build, right? We just think it, but we are not working to have it, to build it. Just like this nunnery right here. This columns, beams, roof, and everything. It always started with the dirt, which is the foundation, sand, brick, cement, right? All those to build little by little to get this building. Same thing when we want to build our own island, we must cultivate on our breathing, which is mindfulness practicing. One day, when you are mindful with your thought, one thought arises, you are mindful with it, you have one brick. Two thoughts arise, you are mindful with it, you have two bricks. The third thought arises, you are mindful with it, you have 3 bricks. When you're about to say something that is hurtful to the others, if you're mindful and you stop saying that before you say it, you got 4 bricks. Now you're about to do something that is harmful to yourself and the other beings. By knowing that you are about to commit into a bad karma, bad action, unwholesome deed, unwholesome thing, you stop before you doing it, you got a 5 bricks. Is that right? Now it's enough for you to build a foundation. Little by little, just like that. Without all these soil, sand, bricks, there's no way we can build our own island. So every little thing in our life, every little thing, we have to be mindful with our thoughts, we have to be mindful with our words, we have to be mindful with our actions. That means you are building your own island right there, step by step, little by little, every single day. But what if tornado come, tsunami come, earthquake come, 2015, right? Really huge earthquake in Nepal. We were here to help with disaster relief. All those brick and soil and sand and concrete and all those we had tried so hard to gather together to build our own island. It will vanish just within a moment because of disaster. That also means we are working very, very hard to get all those sand and brick and all those that I just mentioned. But because of unmindful, we say a lot of bad, harmful things to the other, to hurt the other people, hurt the other being. We are committed into a bad action to hurt the other beings. We are living with full defilements and anger and hatred. We are reacting upon challenges and difficulties when it comes to our life. equal to we are demolishing all those brick and sand and concrete that we've been collecting for. To collect all those is very difficult to collect. But to ruin it, to damage it, to demolish it, just like that. It's always started from one thought. And so our message is be mindful. Start collecting all those meritorious deeds. Start practicing mindfulness in order for us to have a peaceful day. One peaceful day will lead to 2, 3, 4 peaceful days, and 1 year and 1 life of peaceful. And from there, we already pay gratitude to our Lord Buddha because of practicing that. That's all he asked for, to practice to liberate. That is the way to pay gratitude to the Buddha. That is the way of offering the best gift, the best offering ever to our Buddha. May you all be well, be happy, be peaceful. Namo Buddhaya.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We are very much grateful to Most Venerable Bhante for your kind-hearted speech, good speech, and heart-touching speech. So now we are waiting for Honorable Minister. So for little time. हाम्रो माननीय संस्कृति मन्त्री आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ, त्यस कारण हामी एकैछिन उहाँलाई बोल्दैछौँ। एकैछिन धैर्य गर्नुहोला र श्रोताहरूलाई पनि मैले प्रार्थना गरेँ।
While we're waiting, if you have any questions, we will try to answer your question. Yes.
Thank you for visiting your hall. But what is I like to say, we following you for Facebook, how you first initiation to the walk for peace. What is your main motto? Because we all being a peaceful human being, we want to be a peaceful, live in life in Nepal, but you don't talk how to go that formation from that. I like to do that.
Her question is, how and why did I come up with the Walk for Peace? What's the reason behind it? The reason behind it is about suffering. COVID-19, before the COVID-19 earthquake, tsunami, and all those disasters, and I have seen a lot of sufferings around us everywhere. As your show during the earthquake here back then, how was it? Were you suffer because of all those damages and because of losing your loved ones, we suffer a lot, right? And so because of seeing so much sufferings around us, and I asked myself what this monk can do to help. For that reason, I wanted to do some walk to raise the awareness of peace, to show people about mindfulness practicing so they can work for peace, to give peace upon themselves. That is the reason for the walk begins. You were trying to ask?
That we are disciples of Venerable Dhammavati, and we have been listening to Dhamma since last many years ago, and we have learned many variety level, but when we come to practice mindfulness, we become weaker. We allocate less time for mindfulness practice. What is our lacking part?
Her question is, she said that she is disciple of the head nun here, and she and along with many of you been listening to a lot of Dhamma talk. But then when it comes to practicing mindfulness, it's not as strong as listening to the Dhamma talk, and she feel like it's not getting better, but it's just generally like this and going down, not going up. For that reason, what is the reason and why is it happen that way? So, as mindfulness practicing, it's just like this. Anything in life, when we want to do something to achieve our goal, let's say we set our goal to become a doctor, for example. And then when we set that goal to become a doctor, and we would do everything, we would try hard to learn and try to find a good school and learn and graduate to get the degree of the doctor, right? Is that right? Same thing as anything, any goal in life, we also have that mentality of trying hard to reach our goal. But reaching all those goals, you try hard and you try your best to do so. But why can when come to practicing mindfulness meditation, then you lack of effort. You don't want to do it. It's because practicing mindfulness meditation not gonna bring you any wealth, not gonna bring you a good husband, not gonna bring you a good wife, not gonna bring you a good kids, and not giving you a good degree to work, to earn more money, to support your life and your family's member. Is that right? Is that true? That is so true. Because when you have the doctor degree, engineering degree, you can earn a lot of money off from that. That is why. Because of living. Because of the living, you have to work hard to achieve that goal. While meditation will not give you the same results, because meditation cannot bring you any money. But you believe it or not, you are deposited a lot of gold into that bank by practicing mindfulness. And that bank versus the bank that you are working hard trying to earn the degree as a doctor, and every month, every week when you have money, you deposit it to that bank account, right? And then sometimes people could hack into that bank account and withdraw all that money. Or sometimes the bank went bankruptcy, and sometimes you lost all that money, and then you suffer and you cry. But when you try hard to work towards your mindfulness practicing, you are deposited a lot of gold, a lot of money into a bank of samsara, a bank of the circle of life, which will go with you life after life. It will follow you life after life. Let's say in the USA we have Bank of America, Chase Bank. What bank do we have here? What's the name of the bank here?
Nepal Bank.
Nepal Bank. After another 30 years, there will be no more Nepal Bank, just for example, but a different name of the bank. That Nepal Bank is no longer exists. What's gonna happen? See, now you have to go find another bank and try to deposit some more money into that bank, right? And we keep doing that every single throughout our life. But when you deposit into the Bank of Merit, you don't have to change any name. You don't have to try to open another account. You don't have to go to the bank, stay in line, try to deposit, try to withdraw all that cash. You're not doing all that. All you need to do is just have mindful thought, mindful speech, mindful action, practicing like that every day. You are automatically deposit into that bank. And then when the right time comes, all those money, all those merit that you've been deposited, it will come to you to support you, to lift you up from suffering. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go in, stay in line waiting for approval or anything like that. But we are not thinking like that. We never have that intention. We think different way, opposite way. That is why we are lack of effort in practicing. Because we are not suffered enough. To be honest, because we are not seeing that our sufferings are so much suffering. We just see something suffering that just comes and goes and then we move on. See, for that reason we are not scared. We're not afraid. We continue committing to a bad karma. All those bad karma. But when you realize that you have going in this samsara life after life from Buddha, first Buddha born into second Buddha, third Buddha, and now the fourth Buddha, we still here. How many lives is it already? Countless of life. Countless. But we are still not scared. We still feel like, oh, I love this samsara, I love this circle of life, so I'm enjoying it. That is why we are not practicing hard enough. Because meditation, we have to be honest, is boring. Is that right? It's boring versus you go to concert, you go to any type of event, musical event. If there's a really handsome actor come to town, you would spend hours and a lot of money to go see that actor and then take some pictures, maybe? Yes? Okay. You would try hard, you would fight for it. But then when it comes to meditation, when you breathe in, breathe out, thought arise, and now you feel angry about those thoughts. Why do I have all these thoughts? Why can't my mind just be settled? Why can't it just be empty? And then you try hard to bring your concentration back to here. Breathe in, hamburger pop up. Breathe out, chapati pop up. Breathe in, our kid pop up. Breathe out, our husband maybe hanging out with another lady, maybe pop up. All those things popping up one after another, and then it pulls you off from this. Now you say, I'm so tired, I'm exhausted, I don't want to continue. Now you give it up. go back to the old days again, suffer. And then when you suffer enough to the point that you can't bear those feelings anymore, now you come to all these nuns, venerable nuns, and ask for help. Venerable nun, teacher, master, I'm so suffered. I suffer so much. Can you please bless me so that my suffer can go away? And the venerable nuns will do the blessing, Sabbidiyo, something like that, so on and so on and so on. And then you feel relaxed, and you go home, and all those suffering things will arise again and again and again. But we'll keep doing that every single life. So when are we going to put full effort into practicing, put full effort into making merit and deposit into that bank so it can come with us life after life until we attain Nibbana? When? Maybe we wait until the next Buddha comes? Please don't. Please don't. This life, in this lifetime of our Buddha teachings, we need to liberate. Enough is enough. So when you understand the suffering, the true suffering, you will put full effort into your practicing. And from now on, whenever you feel tired and exhausted and our laziness will arise and asking us, no, don't practice that, just go to sleep, no, just go out, just go eat and things like that, and then it pull you off from meditation. Tell yourself, no, enough is enough. I need to move on. I need to overcome this. I'm not gonna let my mind cheat me like this anymore. I have to move on. And please move on. Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With kind consent of Most Venerable Panyakara Bhante, if someone have any more question, please don't hesitate to question. Ask him. Yes.
I just want to know how to recognize peace or inner side. What I'm going to say, we are in 21st century world. We are in a challenge, but we are seeking for peace. How to recognize peace in ourselves?
How do we recognize peace in ourselves? So when you feel tired, when you feel overwhelmed, when you stress, when you're depression, how does that feel to you? Versus when you just have a relaxful moment for yourself, when your mind is so relaxed and so peace, when your mind is relaxed, when your mind is clear, when your mind is pure, let's just say for right now in this present moment right here, when we are not paying attention to the talk, but we are paying attention to a dog, then how can we have peace when we are in this present moment trying to understand what peace is, but we are not paying attention, but we are trying to play around with the dog and video in the dog, then how can we have peace? And after I say all that, they still video in the dog. And Shimla is not caring. That is suffering because of sidetrack. Sidetrack means we are not paying attention to one object, to one thing, which is what I am talking right now. Not aloka. And that that tells all of us that in our life, we do everything is very because of sidetrack. Sidetrack means we are not paying attention to one object, to one thing, which is what I am talking right now. Not aloka. And that tells all of us that in our life, we do everything is very just on the outside, not in the inside. Because we always get ourselves sidetracked and distracted by many things that cannot be peace. But when you are living with this present moment without the past, without the future, then that is peace. When you have no anger, no delusion, no greedy mind, that you can call peace. When you are not criticizing the other, when you look at the people, when they do something wrong to you, you are not reacting with anger, hatred, that is peace. When you love everyone, every being the same way, that is peace. You get my message, right? That is how we define peace. But in order for us to have all that, again, come back to mindfulness. Without mindfulness, all those are just talking. That what I just said. Joyful, kindness, compassion, all those are just talking. If we don't have mindfulness, all those are just talking. So we have to practice mindfulness.
Thank you. Venerable.
The reason why is I always talk about aloka, which is the dog, is because he is your test. Aloka coming along with a monk is not just a dog. He is not just a dog. He is a messenger. What messenger? What message? No, not peace, not inner peace. But he is a message to tell you that regardless of what I'm doing, what I do right now, either I come to you, either I bark, either I lie down, either I do whatever. It is my thing, which is aloka saying, which is that's my thing. But your job is to be mindful with your thought, your words, your action. That's why I say aloka is a big test for a lot of us. Not just here, everywhere we go, we have that. So always looking at aloka as a message of mindfulness for us. Don't see him as a dog. Don't see him as a dog as cute as that dog. No. But see him as one of the teachers. He is a teacher. Do you believe that?
Yes.
He is a teacher to me too. So if we see him like that, then we will know what to do. We will be mindful, more mindful instead of sidetrack, instead of distraction. Thank you.
Sanjay, is there any attachment with the aloka or any consequence or coincidence, or it's just nature to be traveling with this just dog?
Aloka has his own mission. Why he came to the monk. He came to the monks and now he has his own mission of spreading compassion to all other beings. And he brought a lot of joy to the people as well. He has millions of followers who love him so much, I'm telling you. That is a type of attachment too. When people see me pulling his leash, people start to criticize me. Shouldn't treat the dog like that. But they are not aware of how difficult it is to train a dog. Until we actually know how to train a dog to become a really good and behaving dog, then we would understand why I pull that leash. It's not just, it's like this. They are craving to have a leader. Because in this country and many countries, you see stray dogs running everywhere, and it's training a dog to have a service dog, something like that. That is something is rarely happening in these countries. But in Western world, where the dog is become the family member and the best friend and the supportive dog, they train them really well and they study them really well, knowing that the dog, they crave it to have a leader. They want to follow the command of the leader. That is why when you train them enough, they will become your best companion. They would do a lot of wonderful things. Just like Loka, he was a stray dog back then in India, and in Kolkata nobody knows him. He roaming around in the trash and fighting for his life. And why now he become a world famous? He's ambassador. Why? Because he went through classes, many trained. We spent a lot of money for him. And I also got trained from trainer, so how that is for me also to train him by myself as well. So for that reason, he has his own mission along with the Venerable monks who walk for peace. He also walk for peace to bring loving kindness and to spread compassion towards all the beings, because now he has his own foundation to support animals around the world. But the thing is, when seeing him, he is cute and he is handsome, I know that. But when we love him to the point we attach to him too much, and when anything wrong to him or anybody done something to him, and then we react with anger and hatred, that is not love. That is not mindful. That is not the message that we want to spread. The message that we want to spread is peace, awareness, mindful with our thought, our words, and our action. Because of wanting to protect Aloka, we are not mindful and we say a lot of not nice things that defeat the purpose of peace, right? Instead of just seeing that I pull the leash, I tuck the leash, now see the different side of it. Now see that movement. See the different side of it, which is Aloka will stop walking and stop coming towards the other animals. Aloka will be protected by us. We should see all those things instead of me pulling the leash, right? Because why Aloka always protective when he see all the dogs around him? Because to him, those are nightmares. He been there, done that. He got so much attack from stray dogs along the road before he met the monks. And while he met the monks in 2022, he also encountered a lot of attacks from many other dogs. So now when he sees dogs, he's afraid. And I work really hard trying to keep him a company. But doesn't mean that every time when he does that and I just say, oh, it's okay, Aloka, come here. No, don't do that. No, that is not how you train a dog. Love is not like that. Encounter a lot of attacks from many of the dogs. So now when he sees dogs, he's afraid. And I work really hard trying to keep him a company. But doesn't mean that every time when he does that and I just say, oh, it's okay, Aloka, come here. No, don't do that. No, that is not how you train a dog. Love is not like that. And then when you see that, you give him food. Food isn't love. It have to be the right way. Two, he also encountered a lot of attacks from many of the dogs. So now when he sees dogs, he's afraid. And I work really hard trying to keep him a company. But doesn't mean that every time when he does that and I just say, oh, it's okay, Aloka, come here. No, don't do that. No, that is not how you train a dog. Love is not like that. And then when you see that, you give him food. Food isn't love. It have to be the right way. And so, love monks when trying to do everything to protect him and train him to be well behaved. Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Be well behaved. Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, Venerable, one more question.
I have one more question. Venerable, why are we not feeling peaceful? Even though we have been practicing meditation, mindfulness for many years, and we have also faith in Buddha's teaching, and we live in the land of where Buddha was born. Thank you.
Your question is why we are not peaceful when we live in the land of the Buddha was born, and why while we practice in a lot of meditation. I believe I answered this question earlier already, and so I just want to make this clear. Living in the land of the Buddha was born. Living in the land of the Buddha became enlightened. It doesn't mean that we will have peace. Because the Buddha was born here, the Buddha became enlightened. That is his part. But for us to have peace, we have to do our part. He cannot just become enlightened and then we automatically have peace. That's not going to work that way. We have to work hard. We have to practice his teaching. That's what he said. Practice mindfulness and build your own island. That I talked about it earlier. If you be able to build your own island and without expectation, when you practice meditation, then you will have peace. Because a lot of us, when we practice, we expect a lot of things. I expect my mind to be peaceful. I expect my mind not to think of anything. I expect to have this and that. I expect to attend jhana and something like that. When we have all kind of expectation, there's no way that we have peace. Just practice diligently, mindfully, no expectation. Is the minister already here?
He's on the way. I got informed, sir.
How long is it?
Maybe 10 minutes more.
We can't wait for that long, so we have to leave. Okay, yeah.
Sir Narendra Mananda.
Okay, let us do the blessing to the nun and all of you here. We do the blessing for you all, okay? Samhidhiyo mivajanda sambaro govinam Made bhavandandarayo sukirikayo komavavivam Sile sanicang vandabacayinon Taro dhamma vatandi ayuvanno sukhang Palang bhavatu samba manggalang rakan Palivata samba gundayinon Taro dhamma vatandi ayuvanno sukhang Palang bhavatu samba manggalang rakan Palivata samba gundanumavena sadam Timavantu temavatu samba manggalang rakan Palivata samba dhammanumavena sadam Timavantu temavatu samba manggalang rakan Bhagavata samba sanghano avena sada suti bhavantu te. May you all be well, be happy, be peaceful. Thank you. Thank you so much for having us here today.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. We are very much grateful to you, most venerable Prayatara Bhante, along with all venerables. सबैजना बसिदिनु होला बाटो छोडिदिनुहोस् आफ्नो आफ्नो ठाउँमा बसिदिनुहोस् फटाफट बसेको कन्डिसन भोलियन दिनमध्ये होस्टलभित्र जिसको सम्मान साथ दिनु साधु साधु साधु
Jai, 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 Jai.
Thank you.
I'll make it for you. This is my book. It's for you.
That is the Prime Minister that Bhante is talking to right now, and they're exchanging gifts.
Where are we going?
Yeah, excuse me.
Jimmy. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, now we need to clear the way. Clear the way.
Okay, wait. Tires over there. I'm gonna get them. Okay.
Excuse us. Okay. 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 Please. Please.
Master, over there. This way.
We walk this way.
This way.
क्या अल्टिमेट खिचाने सबै ठीक है
Nice blood. Oh, wait a second.
Okay, come on, Jimmy.
बाटो दिनुहोस् बाटो हुन्छ उहाँहरू हुन्छ I am with the honorary minister. I'm with Postal Secretary.
Please come.
Sure. Thank you.
So we're in a really tight alleyway now.
Vinod ji.
Okay, everyone is here?
Okay, when you on Halloween, Gary. Gary on our way on Halloween. Gary on Halloween on our way. Gary come on way. On way. Rocket hammer only. Yeah, wait here. Gracias.